Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm filming a Q&A, a celebratory Q&A actually, because today is the 5-year anniversary of when I uploaded my first ever video. 5 fucking years. Where has the time gone? I can't actually cope with this. Like, I genuinely remember uploading like my first batch of videos like it was yesterday. It's crazy. So I asked you guys on Instagram, and I think I put something, yes, I put something up on the community tab on YouTube to ask me questions for a Q&A, and I wanted there to be quite a lot of questions regarding YouTube. So there's quite a few about YouTube. So there's a couple that are like all the same questions, but let's get cracking. Okay, so I'm gonna do all of the YouTube, look how comfy I'm getting. It's so nice to sit on a sofa. I'm gonna do all of my YouTube related questions first, and also please excuse the fact that I'm barely wearing any makeup. I've got no face makeup and no eye makeup on. I've just got, what have I got? Just brows and lips. Brows and lipstick, so sorry that I look like this. Question number 1. Who on YouTube would you most like to do a collab video with? Collab video. I don't know. I know the YouTuber who I'd most like to be friends with would be Shane Dawson and all of his crew, specifically Garrett, because I'm actually in love with him. Like, it's worrying how much I love him. But in terms of collabing, I'm not really sure. I'm gonna say Jeffree Star. I want Jeffree Star to do my makeup. Was it hard realising stuff like, crap, this is my life, when you started to get noticed by viewers? When you say noticed by viewers, do you mean like noticed in the street? Because that's never happened. Thank God. I would be the most awkward person ever, especially if I was like with someone that doesn't know I make YouTube videos. Can you imagine if someone came up to me and was like, hey, I watch your videos, and I'm with someone and that doesn't know I make them, and I'm just like, oh fuck. But do you mean when they first started to get like views? Because yeah, I suppose it was, I don't think it was hard realising that. I don't know, it's all happened very slowly really, hasn't it? Like, you look at other channels, not that I'm complaining or anything, because I literally just put in minimal effort, so I have no room to complain, but like Joe Suggs' YouTube channel was only a year older than mine. He just had his 6-year anniversary a few days ago, and look at how many subscribers he's got. And I know you could argue the fact that he's Zoella's brother and stuff, but so it's happened very, very gradually for me, because like I hit 10k around this time last year, and I'm not at 11k yet, so it happens very slowly for me. So it's not like I wake up and I'm like, holy fuck, look at all these new people or stuff like that. I don't know if that answer made any sense, but there you go. And now several people that have asked me what made me want to start a YouTube channel, and I feel like I've answered this before numerous times, and I feel like it's also the saddest answer that you may ever hear. So I was watching, not long, maybe about a year before, I clearly cannot talk today. About a year, 6 months to a year before I started my channel, I'd recently found Zoella and the Brick Crew. I don't know why people called them that. I don't think they do anymore, but like, I was watching Zoe, Tanya, Jim, Joe, Alfie, Marcus, etc, etc, and I was looking at them and I was just thinking, wow, they've all made friends from doing YouTube. And then I thought to myself, is this gonna be the new way that people make friends? Like, you don't make friends anymore going to such and such, like say you're not going to make friends going nightclubbing or something. So is this the new way that people are going to be making friends in the future? That's kind of how my brain was working. Similar to like, people wouldn't have thought that dating websites and stuff would have got as big as they are now. So that's how I thought people were going to be making friends. So I thought to myself, if I do that, I can make some friends. So yeah, that was kind of my logic behind it. I also just really needed an outlet because I had no social life, no hobbies or anything like that. So that was definitely, it was just something I needed to do almost. But I have been uploading to YouTube for a lot longer than 5 years. I did a video last year reacting to my old YouTube videos from about 10 years ago. So I have been uploading to the website for a really long time. So yeah, I've always liked making videos and stuff like that. When I was younger, I was always stealing the camcorder and making stuff. So that's kind of that. Okay, this is 2 separate questions, so I'll come back to the first part in a minute and answer the second part. So it's, what do your parents think of you doing YouTube? And the first part is what your parents work out, but I'll answer that later. So what do my parents think of me doing YouTube? My dad thinks that I should push myself out of my comfort zone and try and get bigger and better at YouTube, because I've said to him on numerous occasions before that I don't do as much as I could be doing and should be doing for YouTube, and I almost self-sabotage myself. There's a lot of things I don't do that I know would get me views, would get me subscribers and stuff like that, but I'm just not sure that what I want from this is to be like mega super famous. So so that's what my dad thinks. He thinks that I should be really trying actively to either make a go of this as a job or to find a better, or to find like another job. It's not something we talk about that much because they're not involved in it at all. They've never seen any of my videos or anything like that. And I think my mum just finds the whole thing very confusing. She's not exactly the most tech savvy person, whereas my dad has worked in tech for a really long time. So it's just not something my mum really gets. And I think it probably scares my mum actually. What's the one thing you dislike about YouTube? One thing, honey, I could think of many. No, what's something I dislike about YouTube? I dislike the dislike button. I think if you're going to dislike a video, you should have to give a reason as to why. Because I think there are some people that do it just to be spiteful. But is that the one thing that I will like really fucking hate about YouTube? Probably not. Okay, let's just say I hate massively clickbaity titles and thumbnails, and when people are quite clearly doing a video because they know it will get them the views. I mean, I won't lie, I've jumped on the bandwagons before and thought I might get some views out of this, but I don't get like pissed off that when I don't, because I had fun making the video. And I have dabbled in clickbait, but nothing major. Like, I feel like you can always relay whatever the title is back to something that's happened in the video. It's never like really, really clickbaity, I don't think anyway. And no one's ever accused me of doing lots of clickbait, so yeah. Where do you see yourself and your YouTube channel in 5 years? Do you know, that's such a hard question for me because I don't have a lot of ambition, a lot of drive. I don't plan my future that much because I'm just not sure what the point is, because it never goes my way. So where do I see myself? So in 5 years I will be 29. That's disgusting. Do you know what? I'm not sure I really want to say, because then in 5 years I'll look back at this video and I'll probably feel upset if I don't have anything that I said. It would be nice to be more financially stable though, I will say that. My battery's flashing, I think I'll have to change that. Bear with me, 2 secs. Okay, we're back. As for my YouTube channel in 5 years, will it exist? Will it even be a thing? I mean, YouTube in general, will YouTube even be a thing, like, as we know it now? I think it will be. Well, I think YouTube will be a thing. Whether it's anything like it is today, I don't know, because I feel like the Shane Dawsons of this world will be on Netflix and stuff like that. My channel, I'd like to think I'd still be uploading, because it's like a video diary in some respects. Yeah, that's all I can really hope for, is that I'm still doing it. I think that I've never really been one to set myself any goals. The only goals I've ever set myself for YouTube, number wise, are 10,000 subscribers, which I hit last year, and I really want to get to 1 million views overall, because I'm actually quite close to that now. So it'd be really cool to hit 1 million views by the end of the year. I'm not sure if I will though, I don't think I will, but I'm not really bothered either way. In 5 years, I just hope that I'm still doing it, really, and haven't given up on it like I have given up on all of my other hobbies. Who are your favourite YouTubers? My favourite YouTubers are... I'm going to give you my top 5. Do I need... No, is 5 a bit much? I've really struggled to find time to watch a lot of YouTube nowadays, so... And this might not be my like all-time favourite, but like currently the channels that I will always click the video when they upload for would be Shane Dawson, just in love. I literally only found his channel a few weeks ago, but I just know that I'll watch him now for the rest of my life, or for as long as he's still uploading. So Shane Dawson, the Mitchellax. I really like Brad Mondo. He's a hairdresser and he does a lot of reaction videos. The Sim Supply, I pretty much always watch his videos. I always watch Call Me Kevin's videos if it's Sims videos. I don't really watch his other gaming videos, but I always watch his Sims videos. And Jack Mate, I really like his videos as well, and Stephen Tries. So those are some of my current faves. Now where have my questions gone? What have I done with them? Fuck it up. Will you ever do a Meet My YouTube Watchers Day? I'm presuming this is just like a meet and greet, which is something someone else asked me as well, I think. Yeah, someone else said, would you ever do a small chilled meetup? So would I ever do a meetup / meet and greet? Well, no, not meet and greet, meetup. Meet and greets are weird. How weird is that you're just cute to see someone get a picture and you're like... But meetups, obviously totally different vibe. Would I do a meetup? In theory, yes. Here are the few problems I have with it. Number one, I'm incredibly socially awkward and anxious unless I've had a drink, so it would probably have to involve alcohol. And number two, I have got a very big phobia of people making a mug out of me / just being like embarrassed in general. So imagine if I threw the meetup and no one turned up, I would literally, I don't think I'd ever recover from that. I would always just think that I would probably think that everyone did it purposefully, like everyone was started talking to each other and they'd be like, should we just not turn up? And yeah, I don't think I could cope with that. I don't think I'd ever make a YouTube video again just from the shame of throwing a meetup that no one went to. Are they the only two problems I have with it? I think so. I think, yeah, just the overall worry that it wouldn't go very well would be hard as well. But in theory, it's something I would love to do, because like I said, I started doing this to make friends, and what better way to make friends than to hang out with people who obviously like you because they watch your videos. So yeah, theoretically, yes, I would do a meetup. If you could switch lives with another YouTuber for a day, who would it be? If I could switch lives, I think I'm gonna have to say Jeffree Star, and it's probably just because I've been watching the Secret Life of Jeffree Star. I can't even fathom what it must be like to be Jeffree Star. that would be pretty insane. Yeah, it would be Jeffree Star. Is there anyone on YouTube you admire? Yeah, sure. I'm sure there is. Let me have a little think. Honestly, I bet you're all getting sick of how much I'm saying his name, but I really admire Shane Dawson. I just think he has come a long way. And when you think back to what he says his childhood was like and how he was in himself, I just think, look at him now. I mean, I know he still has his struggles, don't we all? But I definitely admire him for overcoming a lot of obstacles in his life. And do you know what? I just admire anyone who is struggling in themselves and they still manage to wake up and put a camera in their face and just get on with life. Try and grab like their mental health problems, their anxiety and stuff like that. Just try and grab it by the balls and say, no, go fuck yourself. I'm doing this. So I just admire anyone that does that. Because I can't. A lot of the time I'm just like, no, I'm not uploading for like 3 weeks. Fuck that. Would you ever consider doing YouTube full time? Yes, I'd consider it. In fact, I'd probably quite like to. But I would just have a few problems with it. One, I just don't know. I'm shit at thinking up like original content. Whenever I think of a really good idea for a YouTube video, someone's either already done it or it involves me having to spend money that I don't have. I think I'd like to do it full time, but I'd also have the problem of I probably wouldn't leave the house for like a week if I did YouTube full time and that's just really not healthy. And I think in an ideal world, I would be a small YouTube channel who makes enough to say I can make enough to be able to move out into my own flat. But I don't really think I want to be like super duper famous. I don't want everyone stopping me on the street and stuff like that. That just sounds so scary. But yeah, in an ideal world, I'd be making more money than I currently am at this. But hey, YouTube questions done. This video is going to be so long. Let's get into non-YouTube questions. What's your favourite quote or lyrics? So I had to have a little thinky dinky. I've got a couple. So the first one is from a person, but it's from one of my favourite films. So the quote is, "Happiness is only real when shared." It was said by Christopher McCandless, and it's from the film Into the Wild. It's one of my favourite films. It's very good, I recommend it. Next one is a lyric, and it is from the song Read My Mind by The Killers. Just a very short lyric, and it's just, "I don't shine if you don't shine." Which I thought was really lovely. I've always really liked that. I might get it tattooed on me one day. I just really like the sentiment behind it. It's basically just, it's very similar to the quote from the film really, because both of them basically just say, how can I be happy if you're not happy, pretty much. Next one is a bit long because it's from one of my favourite songs and it's a whole verse from a favourite song, because I just can't pick one lyric from it. So the song is For Lovers by Pete Doherty. I'm running away with you. That's all I ever do. And that's all we ever mean. I forgive you everything. Meet me at the railroad bar.
past 7 o'clock. We talk while the sun goes down. Watch the lovers leaving town.
It's just one of my favourite songs. I like pretty much, I could probably pick a favourite lyric from anything Pete Doherty's ever written, to be honest. And the last thing that I wrote on this notes thing is basically anything Winnie the Pooh has ever said. Winnie the Pooh quotes are just, they're the best. What's your favourite hair care products? Currently I've got nothing that I'm really happy with, if I'm perfectly honest. My hair feels absolutely shockingly shit. I don't remember the last time my hair even felt clean, if I'm honest. Because I can't wash my hair in the shower anymore because our shower's useless. I have to just use a jug in the bath. Not using bath water, using clean water from the tap, but it just never feels clean, and I don't know if it's the way I'm washing it or the products I'm using, so I actually don't have any favourite hair care products, and I'm sorry that I let you down. Next question, what's your biggest pet peeve? Honestly, you might not know this about me, but I'm just a very hateful and non-people person kind of person. So to narrow it down to one is going to be difficult. And I feel like I will just have to go with one of the very obvious ones, which would be probably just loud eaters. Like, it should be acceptable to punch a loud eater in the face, if I'm perfectly honest. Just can't deal with it. And I live with a very, very, very noisy eater, and let me tell you, I've thought about murdering my own father on several occasions because of it. I suppose another really high up there pet peeve of mine as well is just people being in my way, like people that are just like dithering around and don't really know where they're going. Like if I'm going somewhere, it's like bam, I'm walking, get out my fucking way, basically. I sound like a terrible person, but I'm really not. What was your dream job growing up? It was when I was very young and just started dancing at the age of about 4 or 5. I was just like, I'm going to be a ballerina. Like, there's no question about it. Hello, I'm going to be a prima ballerina. Somewhere along the way, I also wanted to be a mechanic as well as a ballerina. I think it's because around that time maybe I was watching EastEnders, and if you're as old as me and you watch EastEnders, then you might remember Jamie Mitchell. And he worked in the Arches, which is, what's it called? A garage. And I thought he was really fit, even from a very young age, and I was like, I'm going to be a mechanic. I'll be around fit guys. So yeah, I wanted to be a part ballerina, part mechanic, very normal. And then when I got a little bit older, so maybe like 10ish, I had my heart set on being an actress, and that was then just all I ever wanted to be, but I never tried hard enough, really. Like, I always got really good roles and stuff in the school plays and things like that. I was pretty much always got the main part. I was very fortunate, but I never pushed myself outside of that. Like, for example, I was this close to going and auditioning for the 3rd generation of Skins, and I bottled it. A couple of my friends went and they said it was really good. They didn't get the part, but yeah, I just got in my head too much, which is always my problem. I just start thinking about all the worst things that can happen in a situation. So yeah, I bottled that, and then I think after that, I just thought to myself, this isn't really going to happen for me, is it? Unfortunately, but yes, this is getting sad, really, isn't it? Abby says, what's your favourite pair of shoes? She thinks I have too many pairs of shoes. I think my favourite pair of shoes would just be any Converse, probably. What do you see yourself doing in the foreseeable future? I guess I've already kind of answered that because I answered the 5-year question. But I suppose the foreseeable future is like more soon future, I think. So I'm getting uncomfortable. I just see myself... I don't really see myself doing anything. Did you leave school and go straight to work? No, I didn't. I think this is where a lot of my problems started because when I left school, you were still legally allowed to leave school at 16. Now you have to wait until you're 18. So I was just turned 16 and I've left school. And I spent the summer and stuff hanging out with my friends, normal stuff, and then they all started going to sixth form and college, and then I was kind of like, hey, I'm still here, what about me? And we all just drifted apart, never really spoke again pretty much. And from that point on, I became very reclusive and I just lost a lot of confidence because my plan was I'll leave school and go straight into a job. So I left school, had a really good summer and stuff like that. Then I was like, right, I'll start looking for a job now. And then I didn't really see anything. And then I was just starting to get more and more, like I wasn't really going out at all. Which just made me lose a lot of my confidence and made my anxiety really, really bad. And then I just thought to myself, how can I possibly go and apply for jobs and go on job interviews and stuff like that? Like, it was just not feasible. So for the next 2 years I was at home, not really doing a lot, and then when I was 18 I started volunteering in the charity shop that I eventually then went to work at. So no, to answer your question in a very long-winded manner, I did not go straight to work. What do your parents work as? So my mum is a support worker at a care home for people with learning disabilities. She's done that for about 12 years. Before that she was just a stay-at-home mum. Not just a stay-at-home mum. She was a stay-at-home mum. And my dad, for most of his career, has been a computer software developer and like a computer programmer type of person working for various different companies. But in the last 2 years, maybe 1.5 years, he's been the manager of a group of software developers. So yeah, he doesn't write code anymore. He just manages people that do. How many siblings do you have? I have got one older sister. She is 26. She's been in a couple of videos before. Yeah, you're fun to hang out with. Cheers. I'm here with my sister. Hey. We're in Canterbury.
How are you feeling?
Worried. I've just said that. It seems like all I do when I'm with this one is go to Insta. And then I have got one twin sister. What are you doing? Did you just say what I think you just said? You know I don't want to be involved in your little YouTube shit. Yeah, but don't you just think it's time that I like told people about you? Because after all, you do like sometimes fill in for me. If I don't feel like making a video, you'll just do it for me. Yeah, and I only do because you pay me. We had an agreement. Don't you dare keep this in. Okay, alright. I'll cut this bit out, whatever. It's fine. Yeah, too right, you will cut this out. Have fun filming your little video with your little friends. Loser. Such a bitch. Yes, I only have one sister. Moving on. How tall are you? Last time I checked, I was 5'5". What's one movie you could watch over and over again and still love? Just one? You can just pick one? Mean Girls. Duh. What's your dating life like? It's very funny. I don't really think I've ever even been on a date, to be honest. I've like been dating someone. We don't really call it dating in this country, though. Well, at least we didn't when I was a teenager. We referred to it as seeing someone. So I was seeing someone and we would go out and like go to the cinema and go and get food and stuff. But I didn't really think of it as a date at the time. Maybe it is, I don't know. But I don't really count it. So I've never been on a date. I've never really been dating. So that's what my dating life is like. What top makeup products do you recommend? I really like the Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation. Both of them actually. I really like the serum and, is it serum or gel? I can't remember. Well, I like both types of it. I really like Benefit mascaras. Pretty much any of them are just really, really good. I think Roller Lash is probably my favourite. I do also really like the tinted primer. I really like Colourpop lip liners. I think that they don't dry your lips out too much and they're just really awesome. I like MUA for eyeshadow palettes. But then I do also really like my Too Faced chocolate bar palette. I like Soap and Glory Hocus Focus, I think that's what it's called, for highlight. What else do I like? I like the L'Oreal lipsticks. Can't remember the range. Is it L'Oreal Color Riche maybe? The ones that they do with like celebrities. I really like those. I think there's one by JLo, which is one of my favourites. And that's all I can really think of for the moment. Okay, and the last question, which is probably one of my favourites because it just goes to show how well you know me. So the last question is, if Tom Hardy asked you out, would you panic and go or panic and not go? So obviously Tom Hardy is a happily married man and father, so I'm not going to base this in a world where he's married. So if a single Tom Hardy were to ask me out, I would of course panic the fuck out of the situation, and then I would have to seriously think to myself, I owe it to all the women in this world and some men to go on a date with Tom Hardy. How could I not? It would be rude not to. I would be shit in a brick. I'd probably have to turn up fairly drunk to make it through without like hyperventilating. But I think in the grand scheme of things, my brain would go, Hannah, you owe it to everyone to go on a date with him. And that is that. Those are all of the questions that you guys asked me. Thank you so much to everyone that did ask me a question. Thank you also so much to anyone that subscribed to my channel. 5 years, we have come a very long way. So thank you so much, whether you subscribed 5 years ago, 5 days ago, 5 minutes ago. Thank you. I'm very, very grateful. I love doing this. The postman just scared me so much. Yeah, please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you very soon for another video.